Hey everyone, welcome to Sauce and welcome back to Maplestory, the Girl of Destiny. I suppose I never really clarified, or I don't remember if I clarified too well what I meant by next on ruining Maplestory. And I have some quests to do, so I think I can take the opportunity to speak a bit about that. So, my belief is that what happened with Maplestory, steep hill, okay. My belief is that Maplestory is a very good game that they monetize to a very big extent. And like, fine, you gotta monetize a free game to make money and keep your business going, but I feel like the way they monetize the game is a bit predatory because they lock a lot of progression systems behind the cash shop. The biggest of which being the potential system. Potential system is a system where you can get stat percentage bonuses on your equipment for like the amount of stats you get. So like you can roll an item to give you up to 36% extra strength. And in the regular servers, this is largely locked behind the cash shop. So you have to pay to be able to roll an item. There's another thing that is fairly similar, but it's not restricted to cash, called the inner ability. And the inner ability, instead of being a stat that you can reset related to your equipment, it's a stat that's related to your character. And it can roll things like 36% strength, but it can roll things like +1 attack speed, which is ridiculously strong. So, last year, it came out that they were rigging the system in their abilities to be weighted towards certain effects being given out more or less often, depending on what you had. Where's the value of the antelope here? Depending on which stats had rolled in the other slots, you could have a higher or a lower chance to get the thing you wanted. So it was straight up rigged. And while it isn't restricted to the cash shop, you don't need to pay to use the system. The absolute best, there is a way to roll from cash, but with the cash shop. Otherwise, you have to grind a lot to be able to roll, sometimes even once. And oh, it's stay room. Of course it's stay room. God damn it. So when it came out that the system was rigged, people were justifiably pissed. And Nexon had to retract themselves. There was a big deal about them becoming more communicative with the community about what they were doing and what the community wants and all that shit. That was in Korea. Only in Korean Maplestory, they were having that discussion. They were being more open with the players. They were revealing the odds that the systems had, because apparently the person who coded the system wasn't even in the company anymore, so they needed someone out to figure out the odds for things to be rolled in the system. I don't know if they ever did make it unrigged, but I presume so. They gave everyone a hefty compensation package to make up for this. The one I met back in the Wild Bear area. Hello, what brings you here? I heard the monsters in the area are strong, so I came here to train. As the monster Pam talked about Mr. Tyrone. What are you doing here? I came to train too. Ransha has a good student. I'm glad to see you're working hard. I just finished training and I was about to leave. Do you see that over there? Yeah, goblin. A hobby. Perfect for training. Cool, hobby. Let's have another showdown next time. See you later. Just gonna walk by and smash the hobby. Oh no, never mind, he just left. Okay. I'm plugging my phone, unplugging and replugging my phone. Hold on. So they made that whole thing about communicating better with the community. It wasn't perfect. I think there were some issues here and there, but they tried their best. Some of the people that ended up being selected from the players to be the liaison with Maxon ended up having a personal stake, I guess, in deciding the stuff. So they wanted, you know, things. So which one is it? Is it? Can I? I'm gonna assume this is correct. But that's that all stuff that happened in Korea. And like, the thing that's important to understand is that the game is developed mainly for Koreans, so the whole grindy aspect of it is more or less meant to be in tune with the Korean culture around MMOs of grinding their asses off for stuff. So when they release a server that doesn't have the pay-to-win stuff, Reboot, it was a bit less grindy in global Maplestory than it is in Korea. And it actually worked out that Reboot is the largest server in... Okay. Reboot is the largest server in the global Maplestory, and it's one of the smallest servers in Korea. They would rather play normally because of the way Reboot works. You can't trade with other players. It's a solo server kind of thing. So but for whatever reason, there's a thing. One of the systems that one of the progression systems in the game called Star Force. That's a way to improve your equipment. It has a chance to destroy your equipment after a certain level, and it is you need a lot of money, like in-game money, to try it out. It doesn't have any cash shop benefits that I know of. It's just straight up grindy. You have to grind for items and you have to grind for money to upgrade them. And it is twice as expensive in... no, this is wrong. It is twice as expensive to use the system in the global Maplestory than it is in Korea. So that's like, there's no reason for this. I don't think they ever touched on this aspect until recently. They promised to lower the costs a bit, but there's that. Another aspect that happens is that the server in Korea is very stable. Like, it is made only for one country, people from Korea, and therefore it is like super stable. Doesn't have any issues with lag. Could be because everyone who's supposed to be playing it is from the same server or a country. Doesn't have any lag. It's very stable. Server that doesn't crash. Individual channels don't usually crash and all that. The servers in global Maplestory are a joke. They are very unstable. There are some channels that are better than others. You can basically expect to not be able to play the game unless you're in a certain channel, and obviously this means everyone will try to be on that channel, and you can't have that many people around in a map because it gets crowded, so nobody can play effectively because of this shit. And Nexon took forever to address it. They say they were looking into it, but nothing got done for like months. Sometimes the servers would work just fine, and then they would just break. Channels would crash, and then you couldn't play it. Pretty much nobody had Like everyone had to play in 1 or 2 channels out of 30. So it was very crowded and nobody could play effectively. Yeah, I didn't touch on scrolls because I used to play Reboot, and Reboot doesn't have scrolls, but they're another progression system for equipment, and it is very much cash shop oriented. Scrolls have there's a limit to the amount of scrolls you can use on an item. You can use a cash shop item so that if a scroll fails, it doesn't use up the limit. And if a scroll has a chance to destroy your equipment, you can use a cash shop item to prevent that item from being destroyed. I think there was also a scroll to increase the chance of a cash shop item to increase the chance of a scroll working. But the gist of it is that it is very cash shop oriented. And anyway, yeah, server stability was bad. The communication with the players was borderline non-existent. Oh, do you get anything? Okay. It reminds me of an orange tree, okay. Communication with the players was relatively poor. You never really get to know what Nexon is up to. So, one of the bigger differences between the global Maplestory server and the Korean Maplestory server is that they have different content. Like, eventually almost everything that comes into the Korean server is added to the global server. There's also content that is exclusive to the global server, or content that has come from exclusive to several servers other than the Korean server. So, for example, one big thing in global Maplestory is a class called Kana, which came from Japan. Japan? What? One class that came from Japan Maplestory. It has a really strong skill called Kishin Shokan, in which you put these things in the map, and they increase the spawn rate of enemies on the map. Stuck here. I'm stuck in here, aren't I? Kishin Shokan would increase the spawn rate of enemies in an area, in a map. And it is really strong. Everyone who plays the game tries to have that skill available to them, or someone using that skill in the map, because it is incredibly strong. Some people claim the game is only playable if you have it after at a high level, because you're gimping yourself very hard if you don't have it. And it's not available in Korean Maplestory, so they didn't know what to do with it for the longest time. They added a cash shop. They added an item in a gambling style thing, a roulette style mini game on their site called Marvel Machine. They added these totems that you could equip that allowed you to cast a skill that was even better than Kishin Shokan in terms of how much it's improved the spawn rates and stuff. You could only you had a very low chance to get it from a roulette that you had to pay $1 to spin every time. And eventually they took that item off the roulette, so you could only get you couldn't get it anymore. The ones that were in game were the only ones that were available, and they cost like thousands of dollars. So I don't think anybody sells them anymore. They just sell a service to use this item in your map, which I believe they sell for in-game money. It's not terrible, but you know, it is imbalanced. They ended up Nexon ended up adding a sort of temporary fix to it, which is an item you can buy in the cash shop for things for these points you grind for in game, and they let you use a totem like that for a few hours, and you can buy like 15 a month, and they last 2 hours, so that's 30 hours a month that you can grind with this totem without either this having the skill from the class, that one class, or the totem you get from the roulette. The slot, it's a slot machine rather, not a roulette. But it was a band-aid fix. There's a lot of people with problems that have problems with this thing because it forces you to play in 2-hour bunches. Some people don't want to play or can't afford, don't have the time to play that longer in a single sitting. And it is fairly expensive to buy for the grindy points that you can grind for. But it is a fix. It's the way to get around it. But the gist of it is that they're removing this skill, or rather they're nerfing this skill. They announced this recently that they're gonna nerf this skill to give an experience boost instead of increasing the spawn rates. And there has been a lot of discussion over whether the spawn rate thing is healthy for the servers or not. Some people were like, yeah, the server issues are because of the spawn enhancer making the servers work too much. Which is like a silly notion because there were times before, I mean, it's possibly a silly notion because there were times before where there was a bug in the game that was increasing spawn rates everywhere in the entire server, in the entire all maps in the server, and they weren't as unstable as they were now. But then again, there are far more maps in the game now. There tends to be more people playing now than there were before. And everyone needs to have their spawn rate increasers, so maybe it's a bit different now. Whatever the case, they are removing the spawn rate effect. God, I just want a platform. Could you leave me alone? Ow. I just want a platform. Could you leave me alone? Oh, I suddenly dashed. Okay. And another thing that they removed that was in the game before is a thing called the Ghost Ship Exorcist badge. So every slot, every item you can get that can get potential is possibly giving you like several dozens of percentage of your stat, which can account to for 1,000 or more of a certain stat, which is a big amount of stats. That would be a big boost to your damage. So the Ghost Ship Exorcist is a badge that you can wear that can get a potential, and it can give you up to 36%. This doesn't exist in the Korean Maplestory server. In fact, there usually isn't a badge. There's not supposed to exist badges that have status effect potentials. No badges in Korean Maplestory have potentials. The only ones that exist in global Maplestory that give it are the Ghost Ship Exorcist and a badge from an event called Sengoku Hayazi, I think. I don't know how to speak Japanese, but you know, there's an event that could give you a badge that has potential, but they never bring the event back because it is overpowered, basically. And they don't want to increase to the power imbalance, but they removed the content that gave you the Ghost Ship Exorcist badge, but they didn't take the badge away, so people who had the badge from before still have it. And there is a permanent power imbalance between characters that have the badge and characters that don't. And you can also explode your badge if you're unlucky with the Star Force system. So they removed that. Oh, whoops. Came in too close, too early. Yeah, protest those Kentauros. Cheese. And stuff like that made me feel like they were ruining the game, even though I don't like I don't play it anymore, so it's whatever. I don't have a reason to care about it. It is just a shame because the game has a special spot in my heart. It is a game that I played for a long amount of time in my life, for a large amount of my life, and it is. I think it's fun. I really always liked the game, and Nexon keeps saying they will improve their communications with the players. They will start working towards improving the game rather than, I don't know what they would rather do with it, but you know, it forever remains to be seen whether something good will come of it. Because I don't know, it's just an ongoing process of them promising to be more communicative and then not delivering on the promise. Not exactly promising, not exactly being more communicative. Like, there could be any number of reasons why they don't bother as much with the global version. It's like not nearly as profitable enough for them to worry about it or care about it. I guess it's just a shame. But yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's about all I have to say, I think. Nothing else is coming to mind that Nexon did with the game that is screwy. Like, yeah, there is a bunch of minor things, like the appearance side of the cash shop, this original intent of the cash shop being related to how... Oh, god damn it, I've been going the wrong way all this time. They make a bunch of stuff in there, like beauty items, beauty salon items like hair and hair, skin, eyes type, eye colors, hair colors, and stuff like that. I think it's only hair types and eyes, faces. It's a bit of RNG, which ones they'll put in the game at any given moment. And I don't know if it's RNG for you to get the hair or the face you want. I never interacted too much with the system. But there is a big component of the cash shop RNG things. There are these boxes that people will have to buy, or want to, I guess. Want to buy over and over because these boxes give out pets, and the dream is to have a pet that lasts infinitely. You don't need to keep buying the health, the water of life item to keep reviving your pets, because pets otherwise die out every 3 months, and you have to keep reviving them with cash shop items. Although it's not as much as a problem, because you can get a water of life from the reward shop, the same thing that you can use to buy those totems I mentioned earlier. You can only get one a month, but even then that's sufficient for you to keep up to 3 pets alive, and you can have 3 pets out, so that should be sufficient. But nevertheless, they added a new type of pet called the vacuum pet, or vac pet, which picks up items without needing to walk over them. The idea is for the pet to just sucks up the items. Oh, did I have a poison on me, or what the hell hit me? do have a poison on me. So people can end up spending a lot of money on these boxes to try and get the pets, the permanent pets. But then they added these vacuum pets that are far more expensive than the regular pets, and you can't even revive them with regular water of life. And they only last a month each rather than 3 months. So obviously people will want to have these vacuum pets instead of the regular pets, but they are far more expensive to own and use. Obviously people will want to use that path because being able to loot all your items without even needing to walk over them, that is really broken. It's been almost 30 minutes and I'm still not done with these freaking quests because I went the wrong way. I think the time to kill enemies in this game is far longer than it is in Maplestory, the regular game, so that explains it. It also sent me for a loop because the Valley of the Antelope in Maplestory is right near. The Valley of the Antelope is right on a map that has those sheep, the black sheep. So it is a bit confusing that I got to a map with sheep and it is not the Valley of the Antelope. So that's confusing. Anyway, this should be the right way, right? Yeah, the Valley Antelope is up ahead. See, even in this game, the Valley of the Antelope has the Berks. Dual Berks, I think they're called. I'm gonna die. Okay, it was about to, okay, never mind. Got it. Also, I didn't realize I had to find his will. Does it say that in the quest? Oh, it does say that. Alright. Oh yeah, there was another big deal about Maplestory or Nexon. Apparently their customer service is so faulty. You could reasonably, uh, get steal someone else's account knowing their like email address or some other information, like personal information that you can probably find on Facebook or Twitter maybe. You could presumably just pretend to be them on this customer service, and they would just basically give you their account. It's just wild. There's also a certain game master on the support system that is notoriously bad at talking, notoriously bad at supporting people. So that's a shame. God, I will never know. I assume not, but I will never know if there are quests in the areas I've already been to. Because presumably could be, but the game doesn't have a list of quests for me, and I otherwise just have no idea. There's also no reason for there to be other quests, but you know. Anyway, what did I have to do for the storyline? I visit Spiruna. Okay. I wonder if this game has the Temple of Time. Temple of Time is cool as hell. And if it has the Temple of Time, it could have Pink Bean, which is cool as hell. Wait, couldn't I just say it on the world map if it was there? Has Edelstein, Mount Vern. Yeah, I don't expect it has the Temple of Time. Yay. I still dislike the fact that this is not Orbis music. Like, this music even has water sound effects in it. I don't get it. What were they thinking? Who graffitied the statues? You're going to get it. Okay, so which way? Spiruna's house is somewhere in the Cloud Park, right? Does it say here? Doesn't say. Who's she? God, I forgot about that silly ass animation for when I leave this area. That is very silly. Oh. Wow, that launched me forward. How do I reach that? I'm still curious about this. How do I reach that? Like, how? Madam Spiruna, you're back? Yes. Who's that next to you? Hello, I'm Chise. You brought someone else. How annoying. Anyway, did you bring it? Yes, here's Oran's holy water and Horntail's jewel. Oh wow, you really brought it. I thought you'd fail. You're very interesting. There, well done. Hand me the holy water and the jewel. Yeah. However, your djinn has changed. Yeah, he's growing little by little. Of course, as he gets stronger, so does he. You have to perform the exorcism as soon as possible. Are you ready? Yes, and let's begin. That didn't work. Is it over? But the djinn's still there. I guess he's mature and the exorcism had no effect. Really? Oh. You said you could remove it with an exorcism. That's why I got around holy water and worked really hard to get the jewel. What do I do now? It's not that easy. Didn't I say it'll be difficult? Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Then he's really going to turn into Valdis. Isn't there another way? Do I really have to leave it like this? Do you think I know everything? So much hassle just because I was nice. There's nothing more that I can do. Now what do we do? Wait, maybe... Legend has it that an ancient city sank in the deepest sea southwest of Edelstein. Rumor has it that the ancient people had the god's blessing and lived together with Blue Fairy. The rumor of the Blue Fairy is similar to the djinn stuck to you. Blue Fairy of the old might be the djinn. If you go there, I might uncover some clue about the djinn. Really? Then I can find a way to remove the djinn? You fool, calm down! You might learn the secret of the djinn, not find a way to remove it. Oh. Ooh. Won't be easy to find, with nothing but a legend that speaks of a sunken ancient city. Even if you get lucky and find it, getting in would be even harder. Many people have heard rumors of vast treasures and gone in search of them, but no one has ever returned. The rumor is there's a giant monster around the ancient city and that it eats people. It won't be easy, it'll be very dangerous. I'm going to try. No matter what, I'm going to try. Really? Yes, I'll try no matter what. You're going? We don't even know if an ancient city that sank so long ago even exists anymore? You have no choice, Chise. There is no other way. Wah! Where do we go? Okay, I'll tell you where the ancient city might be. We're not fish. How do we investigate an ancient city underwater? Yes, you're not fish. Take this. A bubble. Endless air bubble. If you use this, you'll be able to breathe freely underwater. If you take the crane, it should deliver to the sea in front of Edelstein. Takes care. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness. If you see anyone in trouble, always help them. Be well. Bye. Are you going to keep visiting me? You're not as determined as you look. Fortune teller, sorcerer, prophet. These things you just call me are all wrong. I'm just an eccentric old woman. You look like you have tremendous energy. I'm not sure whether it's a result of training or natural talent. Just past people who are in need. Just think of yourself. Live your life always thinking of others. Helping each other is the way people live. Lisa made me this star hairband. Lisa's very crafty. I'm talking about Lisa. I want to see her. You go to Lisa's garden. There's a lot of pretty flowers that Lisa likes. Learning magic from Master Spiruna. I wonder what soundtrack plays in Aqua Road. Considering that the soundtrack for Aqua Road plays here. It feels like a case of crossed wires. I can't imagine that making any sense. You can meet a lot of fairies here. Oh. Okay, let's go. Bye. The Whale Island, so cute. It's really cute. That's the ocean. There's water everywhere, but there's no one here. Really, no one here, but it so sure feels refreshing on this island. Yippee! How can Cheese be so happy in this situation? How do we find the ruins and see these big? It seems it will take years to find it. So much fun. Cheese, should seriously be worried. I have to find the ancient city quick. Sorry, I got too excited. It's been so long since I saw the sea. Huh? Sauce, I think there's something over there. Huh? Oh, here, there's an old man. Someone else is there. Let's go see. You're lucky you found someone. Let's hurry. I don't know why I was expecting some silly shenanigans. It's just Aqua Road music. What the hell is this guy doing here? Nice to see you again here. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm not a pirate anymore. I was wondering aimlessly saw these hungry kids on land. It made my heart ache. So I decided to get pupa eggs, which are said to be good for children's health. Won't you help me? Get 9 blue pupa eggs. I'll give you a nice present. Help me. Yeah, you can just swim here. I don't know why that sounds like a bird, but you know, sounds a bit like a bird to me. I can't destroy this explodey boys. So these guys have been here forever, pointing the way. Nobody knows who they are, or what they're doing there, why they're doing that, or where they go. If anyone's going to relieve them from sign holding duty, it is a complete incognito. It is a complete mystery that nobody has ever explored before either. Like, nobody cares about those guys. Okay, so these stalactites poking out of the ground are new. They usually don't do that. Or there usually isn't something like that. Oh wait, that's how you can get the eggs. Recover some health. You know, I thought I would need to beat up the Poopas to get the eggs, but okay. Also, yeah, it is silly that they're called Poopa. I don't care. That's the name. I also don't know what soundtrack this is. To be honest with y'all. Did they get there? Oh, okay. An antidote. Amazing. Oh. I didn't notice a Poopa there. Squids? Here? That's unusual. Where else does this go? Okay, Crystal Gorge. Deep Sea Gorge. Sunken Ruins, Giant Spire. Okay. Ow. Hold on, I can level up. Ow. Oh, it's good to see people in this boundless ocean. He's just gonna shrug off the fact that we showed up out of nowhere. Okay. Do you like fishing? I love coming to this place and fishing every day. Nah, I've never fished before. Oh, yes. No young girls don't really like fishing. Gramps, have you heard of the ancient city under the sea? I didn't think people still knew about the sunken ancient city. You know about it? Is there really a way that ancient city sunk beneath the sea? Under the sea? Tell us. You're sure impatient. Don't rush me. I'll tell you. Long ago, in the middle of the sea, there was a very advanced city, but somehow it was sank and was destroyed. They say there were lots of rare treasures in that city. Many people wandered under the sea in search of the sunken city, ancient city, but I hadn't heard anyone of anyone finding it. I also wandered under the sea for the ancient city's treasure in my youth. In the ocean's crystal gorge, I found the ancient city's entrance. Then we should get in from there. Woohoo! Oh, it's not that easy. The entrance is closed off by a giant stone gate. Doesn't the gate open? It will open, alright. It's a gate after all, but it won't be able to open it with brute force. How can we get in? Actually, after finding the rune entrance, I wandered the sea and found light leaking from a boulder. The boulder had a crack and the light was coming from it. When I broke the rock, this stone came out. blue. Oh, the stone. The stone is glowing. It's a really mysterious light. What kind of stone is that? Maybe it's the key to opening the rune gate. After I discovered this glowing stone, I remember I saw a hole like this stone at the ancient city's entrance. So I tried the stone on the ruins entrance. It fit perfectly. It was wondrous. There are 4 different holes in the ruins entrance. I think once you find all 4, fill all 4 holes, the gate should open. But are you girls looking for the treasure as well? I'm looking for treasure, just some information about the sunken ancient city. If I go there, maybe I can find something. Oh, interesting. You're not treasure hunting. I'll give you this glowing stone. There's the glowing stones that are deep underwater. I'm too old to die for long. Ho ho. Hope you girls find the ancient city. Windstone. Really? Hooray! You kinda gave us a hard-found stone. Thank you very much. Yay, this is great. Thanks a lot, Grandpa. Be careful. I hope you succeed. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Ow. Psh. This music isn't fitting. It's from the snowy area, not the underground area. Stuffing? Oh, it's level 36. Stuffing? Why stuffing? What the hell? Interesting. Can't carry more. I really appreciate the fact that they made flying enemies squishier. Okay. Jeez, you can't walk on the boomy. It hurts. It's all sharp and pointy and evil. Is that what that thing is called? I think it's called like... I don't remember what the thing is called. Oh. Ow. Wait, where? Oh, maybe I can leave over here. Can I wait for the health? Oh, there is a secret entrance here. Doesn't appear on the minimap. Okay, earrings and a suit. Can I equip the suit? Oh, it's higher level. Oh, that's a lot of stats actually. I like that. What the earrings? Are they any good? They are actually pretty good. It's level 37 though, so I have to level twice to be able to use them. Okay, let's go back out. Let's finish the pirate quest. That Lord Pirate's quest before I move on or I finish the video. I don't think I'm a big fan of the rocks constantly falling over on my head. Bin boom, maybe? You got 9 poop eggs. These children don't enjoy them. Here's a present. Take it. Duck hat. Not more. What you get there are some poop eggs. More than 9 yellow. Yellow poop eggs. Where? Duck boots? I mean, Okay. Whatever. I guess I'll check that out in the next video. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, this has been Sauce, and I'll see you next time on Maplestory and the Girl Destiny. Bye!